Oh, wrong one. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry for not posting lately. Um, so I guess I might as well say what's up with me. Sorry, hold on, I'm kind of pacing. I guess I might as well say what's up with me right now. I went to Vancouver. That's why I didn't post. I've been in Vancouver for a while. I got a few photos and collage here that I can show you guys, but we went for the Pokemon Go 2025 City Safari Vancouver. And I'll tell you guys all about the trip. I'll keep it concise and simple, and I'll make it fun along the way too. Ooh. Sorry, I look kind of crispy. I fucked with my OBS a little, so I'm kind of looking good. Um, so let's see. Let's get some good photos. So we flew over the mountains here. I'm sure some geoguesser can find out where we were there, but we flew over the mountains. It was about a 4.5 hour flight. No, it was 4 hour 40 minute flight, and it was a very leisurely flight. I got really bored though because I think that was the longest flight I've ever been on ever. It was my partner's first ever flight, which made it a really fun dynamic between the two of us going on the flight. But overall, it was an absolutely great time. And our airline obviously wasn't the best because we chose a budget airline. I'm not going to say. They can probably find out. Some fucking geoguesser again. But the flight back came from a more reputable airline, which is something that I really appreciated on my trip because I was getting them free drinks and chips and all that shit. And next time if I ever fly for GoFest the next year, I'm freaking doing that. What else? Okay, we went to the mall there to get some bags. Here's I think a pretty nice shot of just the lakeside. This was around where Science Center is, so it was like around the harbor front, which is really, really pretty. Or they called it the waterfront. Um, then we slept because that was the day we landed. So we flew and we landed at 1 p.m. if I remember correctly, if I'm remembering my time right, which then was 10 a.m. in Vancouver time because that's 3 hours behind. So we spent the whole day shopping and exploring the city, which is pretty fucking neat. Also, is this going the wrong way? Hold on. I don't know. I think I'm doing it the right way. I'm not too sure because I'm kind of getting hot. But in any case, the next day, we made sure to go to the mountains and the suspension bridge. So here you go. Here's the story center. Here's us. You can barely see us, but there's us. I look so stupid there. I look like I'm mocking there. We had some waffles for breakfast. I might as well show you guys a photo. We had some waffles. And then we get the beautiful photos of the scenery from the bridge, which were absolutely gorgeous. From there, we walked around the bridge, got to know the area very well. Here's a photo of me. I find that one really funny. I'll just go through all the photos. Oh my god, there's a lot of me. My girlfriend must love me or something. In any case, there's a romantic one that I'm keeping between just us two. Oh, hell yeah. That one was funny. And there's one of me trying to slap a skeleton dog, which I'm only keeping with the homies. So, oh my god! That is hilarious. That is hilarious. But regardless, from the suspension bridge, we'd eventually take a 10-minute bus. So far to the suspension bridge, it took us an hour 40 for us to get there. But from there was a 10-minute shuttle bus, which then took us to the mountain. And you take the gondola all the way up to the mountain, which was my partner's first ever time to go on a gondola, which is fucking nuts. Regardless, we then get a nice photo of the mountains when it's all foggy. And I can't lie, I had a great experience at the mountain. We ate on the side of the mountain at the observatory restaurant. This is even a better photo of what it looked like. That it looked really bad. Oh, you can see me. Hi. But anyways, yeah. So that's kind of what it looked like. We got to see the owls and we got to see the owls and all of that sort of stuff. Jesus, I'm like super big. I definitely lost myself. Any case, I'm just scrolling through all of it. We saw the bears, but I have a better photo with the bears later, which I'll show you guys. Oh, yeah, and then we went zip lining. Or at least I went zip lining over that water. It was super sick. It was my first time ever zip lining. Then there's me looking very preposterous, very interested, very confused. Um, then as we went back to the gift shop to grab some snacks, the fog cleared up and we got this absolutely beautiful photo. Again, I'm just showing you guys this quickly. I'd rather just keep this with most of my friends and I. Okay, what's next? From there we would walk over to where we were previously where the fog was covering things, and now it's completely visible. Everything's more like just able to be viewed. It started raining too during the lumberjack show there, so that was kind of disappointing. And there is the peak of the mountain. My partner didn't want to walk it, especially because we didn't go in a group of four, and there's bears, so we didn't go. In any case, oh, here's the bears, by the way, the two bears. I forget their names. I think it's like Cookie and something else. Then after that, we take our trip all the way home, and then we go to a very pretty outdoor outlet, got some shoes and shit. And then from here, that's when the city safari begins. That's Vancouver right there. We're, I think, on the island at that point. No, we're around Canada Place. And of course, there you go. I get my shiny Eevee with the hat looking out Vancouver, which is sick. Then we have, oh, this is the boat competitions with the little kid that goes, "Ready, watch that shit. I'm young, black, and rich." They had that there, but it's not like they don't have the kids on the boats. It's just some adult, like, going, huh, huh, you know what I mean? Eventually, then we go to Science World, which, yeah, you get that. Then you have, we'll load. We have a shot of us taking a ferry all the way to the island, which then we go to the island. And this is the best shot I got of it. We were waiting for Lee's Donuts, which is a local BC donut place. Then we saw the house from up just chilling in the middle of downtown. We wanted to see that. From here, I got a little anxious because I didn't know what I wanted to do with the rest of the day because I didn't really have anything planned. So, since it was the city safari, we thought might as well just play all the way back to Canada Place, get to the lounge. And speaking of which, here's the lounge. We have a shot of Mystic, Instinct, and Valor, like balloons set up for Pokemon Go, which was awesome. Here's me underneath that one with the Eevee between my legs. And then there's one of my partner with her shiny Mudbray, which is awesome. Then, yeah, here it is, Safari Eevee with the Vancouver background, absolutely gorgeous. From there, I get a shot of the dock from around like Canada Place, or where the lounge was for Pokemon Go. And then, nice shot of us walking over to Stanley Park. I wonder if I got anything from Stanley. Yes, I did. The Love Locks along Stanley Park, which is absolutely gorgeous for me. I loved that. This is later in the day, around 7 p.m. Got a bit foggy. It started raining a little, but we managed to get home just fine. Oh, here. Oh, come on. That shot would have been beautiful if I managed to secure it. Oh, I got my fingers in the shot, but that's a shot of Canada Place at night. That's South Vancouver, I'd imagine. Just all lit up. Completely beautiful. And here's actually my collection from the day. I got 26 shinies. You can see the shiny Sigilif and the Rhyhorn, which is dope. Then you have us with our matching shoes the next day. And then began City Safari Day 2, where, or I think this was like still the first day. I had all these stamps. Or no, the first day I got 12. The second day I got 9. Then we go to Chinatown, which this isn't doing it any justice. They have this beautiful park, conservation area. It's absolutely gorgeous. The photos aren't doing it enough justice. There we go. That is gorgeous. I know you can't see it, but like that is gorgeous. There's a bunch of photos of me because Nizu loves me. She likes the lily pads too. Here's a nice shot of Chinatown. Absolutely gorgeous. Then, okay, I don't know if this is the chopped one or not. This one ain't chopped. This is the Gastown along Vancouver. I never went too far into Gastown, but we went there to get some chocolate. And then Science Center, we walked back to Science Center to get our merch. And then from there, we play the raid day for camera ups. I did not manage to get a shiny, and my partner wanted to trade one to me because she felt bad because I did 29 and got 0, which still fucking pisses me off. But in the end, I managed to get 31 shinies for the last day, including, if you see in the bottom, that shiny Toxel, which I hatched from an egg, which is fucking sick. Around then, we decided to Uber from the city to the conservatory and the botanical garden nearby, and we get some beautiful shots. Like, look at that. And then Nisa says that, or you know what, I might as well just say it. My partner's name's Nisa. Nisa then tells me that I should be a photographer because I'm really good at taking photos, which to me, I'm like, nah. I ain't that good, girl. I ain't that good. So from there, we get the mountains again. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's see. These are all kind of just the garden and the conservatory all together. So the last day at the city safari was much like a nature day, which is kind of dope. Oh, there's a photo of me taking it. That's so cute. Um, let's see. Can anyone see what was there? Not really, no. Anyways, oh, Nisa just wants to. Oh, it's a photo of a spider we found on the way there. A video of a spider we found on the way. Then obviously we get to the conservatory. I want to see if there's anything notable. Nisa loves her lily pads, so there's a photo of the lily pads there. There's a few photos of Nisa. What else? Oh, here it is, the waterfall. Waterfall is gorgeous. Then the Matcha Lake. You can't forget the Matcha Lake, which we got to see. Then I also managed to see a wedding there. So this was the building. It was a private one, so obviously I couldn't take no photos and shit. So outside the building, I managed to get this photo, and they were like going, "Oh, welcome our new newlyweds," and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute." In any case, this was another photo of the stamps. I guess, like, I'm not too sure. Then we got someone who announced on Campfire from the Vancouver group. It said, "As the rain begins to fall, people return to their homes. Thank you for coming to City Safari Vancouver. For my locals, I hope you had fun catching, trading, and playing. For our visitors, I hope you enjoyed this amazing city. Thank you to our most amazing ambassadors." Then what it said is I walked 50 kilometers last week. I'm not too sure about that because that didn't include like Sunday. So I think we have to wait till Sunday to see how many kilometers I really walked. And then here's a collection of the Bidoofs I managed to catch. I got 2 hundos and 6 shiny Bidoofs, which is fucking nuts. And then here's photos of me throwing away my old running shoes, which all my OGs know about that. And then we got Lee's donuts on the way back home. And then my partner sleeping jump scare. Anyways, so now that I went through all the photos, I might as well talk a bit about the trip. When we landed, we first went to the mall nearby the airport. We walked around there until 3 p.m. when we could finally enter the house. Turns out the B&B actually had the owners and another family of 4 staying in the B&B with us. So I think a total of 8 people were in the building at once, which was nuts. But I'm sure they loved us because every single day we left the building at 8:30 or left our house at 8:30 a.m. and came back 9:30 p.m. latest. But I can't lie too as well. I didn't mind it because again we were out at the house so often, and I also enjoyed the time delay in Vancouver in comparison to like Toronto, because I got an extra 3 hours in my day every day. It was awesome and it felt like better. It felt great. Obviously, you get used to it as you live there, but at the time, it just felt so awesome. When we went to the suspension bridge, I was scared because I didn't know how my partner was taking all the photos. I was just scared that she was gonna drop my phone. What else? When we went to the mountain, that was like probably the peak of our trip because it was absolutely gorgeous. I still remember like vividly how it felt when I was at the mountain. It was gorgeous. And then when we ate and then the fog lifted, that was so sweet. I wish I could visualize it for you guys. But besides that, Besides that, the next day during the city safari, I felt kind of overwhelmed because I didn't know what to really do. We ended up going to the Island City Science Center, which is more for kids, but we went anyways, and it was still really, really fun, like that day. The Sunday was probably my favorite day because the Sunday we spent it playing the game, and what we also incentivized us with walking around the city. And that's why I really liked the City Safari event because of it being more travel based rather than being more just Pokemon Go influenced. Because yeah, there was parts of the game where we were going in raid trains and battling with 300 people. It was super fun. Also, a total of 2,100 people showed up just for Pokemon that day in Canada Place, which was sick. But I think the biggest thing for me when that trip went down was just the fact that there like was so much we could explore of the city, and there's still so much that I like missed. Like I never went on the peak of Grouse Mountain. I never went to the Museum of Vancouver, which my friend said is like a tourist trap. On the last day on Sunday, we went to White Spot, which is a local DC place, and grabbed ourselves some burgers. And I got myself like a chicken burger. It was super sweet. But then my partner and I decided in the middle of the rain that we're going to ride electric scooters all the way into Gastown. And we try. Eventually, the bike lane just disappears. We don't know where it goes. But then eventually, because of that, I end up driving onto the wrong street. She doesn't manage to follow me, and my phone dies. So she has no idea where I am until a truck of the same brand of the bikes shows up where I parked my bike. And I managed to charge my phone inside of the truck. She ends up finding where I am. That was really nerve-wracking, but we ended up achieving it. And eventually we just got home. We were supposed to go to a night market that day, but that didn't work out because of what happened. And then I think the saddest part was just us going home. But I can't lie, with the trip being over now and now I'm home, I just want to say that the joy I got from doing a Pokemon Go trip was so much more fun than anything I could have done here. Like, playing here is obviously fun, don't get me wrong. It's obviously super fun. But being in a brand new city and playing and meeting people in the city and having fun, that was like so much joy to me. I wish I could have it back. I really do. And I think my goal in life is to travel around the world for this game for as long as this game is available and just play it to death until it's done. Because we're approaching the 10th anniversary of this game. I love Pokemon Go, but I know all good things eventually come to an end. So I think this game at least has another good 7 to 5 years left. And in those 5 years, I want to make up all that I can for this game. I want to play all the events. Like, my eventual goal, this is how I have it planned, right? My eventual goal with this game is that I want to, next year, go to the Go Fest. If I have the money, go to the Wild Area, and then the next year, go to the Go Tour. Or, if most likely, it's going to be that I'm going to go to the Go Fest next year, due to it being the 10th anniversary Go Fest. I will probably not go for the Wild Area that year unless it's crazy good and I have the money. But if I do, I'll go to Wild Area and then go to Go Tour. But most likely in 2027, I'm probably going to go to the Go Tour, which will be the Alola Tour, which is how we all, like, both her and I started. Or I think, oh my god, that'd be the Galar Tour. And I love the Galar region. Oh my god. But yeah, that would be sweet. The Galar Tour. And then obviously I had to play the Wild Area for that year. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just really looking forward to playing this game more often and being able to travel and just enjoying myself. But yeah, I'm just glad to be back here with you guys. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, and that nonsense videos every 3 days. You know how it goes. I love y'all. Peace.